Good morning, students. Welcome to my channel and welcome to your computer class. In today's class, we are going to see some basic calculations. I'm sure in the previous sessions you have already covered what is MS Excel, what is spreadsheet, what is a spreadsheet application, the basic components of a spreadsheet window, what are cells, how do we enter data into a spreadsheet application like MS Excel, and how do you perform basic calculations. So you might have already studied about how to perform basic addition, how to open an existing document, an existing spreadsheet, an existing workbook, how many worksheets are there. So these all things are the basic things which you have been already learning from your very childhood. So I'm very sure that you already are aware about MS Excel. So in this session, we are only going to discuss about some basic operations, some basic types of calculations which we can do in MS Excel. As we already know that any spreadsheet application is popular or is famous only for the purposes of all sorts of mathematical calculations which we can do on it. So let us move on to MS Excel and see session 5 and session 6 today, where we will be covering basically subtraction and multiplication. So let's move on. So we will be seeing some basic operations like subtraction and multiplication. Now for subtraction, the operator which you will be using will be this, the minus operator, and for multiplication you will be using this operator, that is the asterisk. So the asterisk operator is used for multiplication and the minus or the hyphen operator is used for subtraction. So we will be performing some simple operations in Microsoft Excel. So let us open the Microsoft Excel file. So you can see that I have already pinned the shortcut to Microsoft Excel over here in my start because I am using Windows 10. That's why I have pinned it over here. Many of you might be using Windows 7, so you can easily search it in the search box. Just type Excel. Don't attach Microsoft Word with it. Just type Excel and you will find it there, and just you have to click on it and just wait for it to open Excel. So you can see this is the splash screen of Excel. It will take some time to load because it also loads some plugins if they are already installed. So we get the Excel window here, and as you can see, some list of recent files are displayed this side, and I can also open some existing workbook from this link. So now I'm just going to click on this blank workbook to open a blank workbook, as you can see it right now over here, and I will be just magnifying it to some level. So now this is my workbook and you can see that this is the Microsoft Excel 2016 version. So the look and feel might be a little different from what you have been seeing so far. In today's lecture, we are going to basically see what is subtraction or how we can do subtraction. So when you have to subtract something, before I do that, I will first increase the font size here. So I've taken a size of 18. So now you can see everything very well. Suppose I have two values where you can see this value is greater than the other value. So if you have to just check the difference between the two, we will use the minus operator. And as you already know that in Excel, to start any formula, to insert any formula in any cell, you need to give an equal to sign. So I'll start it with an equal to sign, and here I will first type the address of 34, of the cell where 34 is contained. So you can see cell D3 is there, and if you just click on this, it will automatically take up the cell address D3 minus 10. So I can do that and I'll get the uh, difference of the two. If I just add some value here like 250, then I will get minus 216 because 250 is greater than 34. So I get a negative difference over here. So this is the subtraction operator, and let me tell you, you can only subtract two values at a time. You cannot write something like this, that is, this is wrong. You cannot do this, or even if you do this, it will follow some order of evaluation. That is, it will start from the leftmost side. It will first subtract these two, and whatever is the result, it will be subtracted. D5 will be subtracted from that. So we will just try to do that. If I have three values here, so I can just write here C3. Now I can also type it C3 minus D3 minus E3. So if I do this, it is first going to calculate 34 minus 25, which will give me 9. And then after that, it is going to perform minus 67. So which is going to give me minus 58. So you can see over here that at a time it will subtract only two values. No matter how many values you give, you have to just write it like this. Now you can see that when I'm typing sub, you don't have any formula which can subtract anything. Like in sum, you have a formula for adding numbers. You don't have a formula over here. Now we have a nice interesting activity. We will be doing that. So I'm just going to open that. So this is the activity which we can see over here. I will rather first explain this to you. This is the activity, and we will understand subtraction through this activity. Consider the following data which contains marks of two students, Mahesh and Ranjana. Ranjana scored less marks than Mahesh in every subject. Now perform the following tasks. Open a workbook and enter data. So we are first going to enter this data into our workbook. And for that purpose only, I am just going to divide my screen into two parts. And I will start with the very first, that is, I will start with subjects. So I'm just typing here subjects, Mahesh and Ranjana. And this side I will be having difference. Now I can see that already these column widths, they are fixed size, so I'm just going to select them. So I'm going to select them and I'll go to format menu and I will select auto fit column width. So you can see that it automatically, all the columns are automatically adjusted in their width by the number of characters or the size of its content. Now I'm going to just type the content over here. So here we are, and we just have to type total marks over here. So total marks will be typed over here. So now I will be simply just drawing a border. So I'll just show you how I can draw a border. Just select all the cells around which you want a border. Go to the insert menu over here. I will just maximize the screen now. Just go to the home tab, and in the font group you have to just click on this borders option and select all borders. So this will give a border, and you can still see that mathematics and social studies, they are still hidden. So you can just click on the A column. Again, go to format. In this, go to the format menu and just select auto fit column width. So it automatically adjusts the column. Now, difference. You have to tell the difference between the marks of Mahesh and Ranjana. So for this, I'm just going to type here double equals, and I have to check which cell, which is the cell which contains the marks of Mahesh in English. So it is cell B2. So I'm just going to type B2 minus 73, which is contained in C2, and press enter, and you get 14. Now the thing is, Excel provides me such, or any electronic spreadsheet provides me many simple ways to automate and quicken the task. I don't need to apply the formula on all the cells over here. I just have to apply it on the first record, and automatically you will see in the next step, which I am going to show, how this formula will auto calculate the values for the other subjects for Mahesh and Ranjana. So for this, you just have to check this small, this cell which is selected, and just at the bottom right corner you can see a small green colored box. In your computers, if you are using some other version, that is Office 2010 or Office 2007, you will get a black border, and along with that you will get a small black uh, box, a small black square over here. So when you place your mouse pointer on it, it just turns into a plus sign. This plus sign is known as a fill handle. So when you just click on this fill handle and you drag it downwards, you can see that automatically the formula which was applied in the first cell, it is applied on the other cells. So this thing is known as autofill feature of Excel. And that small black box which you see at the bottom of the, at the bottom right corner of your selected cell boundary, this is known as the fill handle. When you take your mouse pointer on top of it, it changes into a plus symbol. So this autofill feature automatically applies the formula on the other cells. Let's see what is written next. Save the workbook with a suitable name. So we have to now save our workbook with a suitable name. So for this, we will go to the file menu and we will select the save option. Alternatively, I can press Ctrl S also. So I will be just going to file right now, clicking on save, and it gives me a couple of different options. These options you might not get in your version, but in 2013 and higher versions you will get these options. So you can just ignore them, just look for browse, and there, or if you in your versions, when you click on save, it directly gives you a browse option. So just click on browse, that is to select the suitable place where you want to save your file. And normally the place where it saves all the files is documents, but I prefer saving it somewhere else. So I will be saving it in class 9th folder, and I have created a folder named my docs over here. So I will save it there. So I will just check whether it provides me any other specification. So there is nothing. I just need to give a suitable name. So I will just give difference, or I'll just give marks comparison, and just press enter and save it. So you can see that my Excel workbook is saved. And this workbook contains by default one sheet in case of Office 2013 and 16. But let me tell you, please make a note of it, that is Microsoft Excel MS Excel 2010, 2007, 2003 and lower versions, minimum 3 worksheets are there in one workbook. Every workbook by default contains 3 worksheets in these versions. But in the versions 2013, 2016, 19 and so on, you have only one worksheet in one workbook. So this is something which you should remember. Now next is I have to calculate the total marks of Mahesh and Ranjana. We'll just see what is the next question. Find the difference of marks between Mahesh and Ranjana. So that we have already calculated. Find the total marks of Mahesh and Ranjana. So I'm just going to find the total marks. For this I'm just going to select this total marks cell, and I have to calculate the total marks of Mahesh. So I'll type equals sum, open the bracket, and what I can do is using my upper arrow key, I'm just going to I'm just going to select, you can see there is an animated border which is known as a marquee border. So it appears across a cell. I will just keep the shift key pressed and I will press the upper arrow key to select all the other cells. Alternatively, I can also drag the mouse and select all these cells, or I can alternatively just type the cell address of the first cell. So the first cell here is Mahesh 87, that is B2, colon the last cell, that is B6. So I can just type that, close the parentheses and press enter, and you will see that the total marks of Mahesh are displayed. Now I'm not going to do so much of hard work for Ranjana. I'm just going to pick the fill handle, drag it sideways, and it will give me the total marks for Ranjana also. Save the workbook and you are done. So this was the fifth session, and there is one more question over here, so we will just do that. Consider the sales report of an IT company of last 5 years for the first and second quarters. Open a workbook and enter the data in it. So we are not opening a separate workbook, we will do it in the same workbook only. So I will just first divide the screen into 2 parts and enter the data. So I'm going to enter the data from here. So here it is. I'm going to enter the data from here. So it is year, sales, and I'm just going to type here first quarter. Next, sales, second quarter. Next, difference in sales. Now, as usual, I'm just going to select these columns and I'll go to format and I will select auto fit column width. Now you can see that the other cells are also affected by this. That is because we have taken the same one. I've taken the same columns over here, so you can just adjust them according to your requirements, or you can open a new worksheet also, but here it is not required. Now what I'm going to do is I just want this first quarter to be displayed like this. So I'm just going to select these cells and I will be going to this option over here. I will just show it to you, word wrap. I'll just click on word wrap and I will just select these 3 columns and decrease its size. Now I will click this row header. I'll go to format and click on auto fit row height. So you will see that automatically it comes to the next line. Few adjustments, I can just adjust the data accordingly and I am done. So this is it, and so here we are. I am again going to divide the page, and here I am just going to, now you can see that year is displayed at the top. So for this I will be selecting everything, and for this I am going to select one alignment, vertical alignment. So you can see that here we have the vertical alignment, and I have to select the top alignment. You can see that it now looks exactly the same as in this. Now next I'm just going to quickly type the data. Now you can see that I have entered the data, and I'm just going to select all the cells, and just like we had done it for the previous table, I have just bordered the table now. And now let's see what we have to do. So we have already done this. We have entered, opened the workbook, entered data, saved it. By how much the sale in the second quarter is more than that in the first quarter. So I have to write by how much sales in the second quarter is higher than that of first quarter, which clearly shows that I have to subtract sales in the second quarter minus first quarter. And hence what I have to do is I have to just apply a formula here, and that formula is going to be second quarter minus first quarter. So I'll start with an equal to. Now you can see that 3,50,000 is there in the second quarter and in the cell C12. So I will type C12 here minus B12, which will give me the difference in sales. Now same way as I had done before, I will use this fill handle, drag it down, and I can find out the difference in sales for all. And next is I also have to find the total sales. So for total sales, what I have to do is I will just be applying, I will just select this total sales, give it a word wrap so that it wraps to the next line. And here I am just going to use a shortcut, that is an auto sum feature. So I can just use this auto sum, and I'll just click on auto sum, and you can see it automatically takes up the range. If I want, I can just reduce this 17, sorry, 1 second. I can just remove the 17 and make it 16 and press enter, and I can drag this also towards the side. So this gives me a total sales for both the quarters. So we complete this session over here, that is simple basic calculations in Excel, and that is subtraction. So we have seen subtraction. Next we have to do multiplication. Now, what is multiplication? It is to find the product of certain values. So, if suppose you have certain values here like 67, 34, simply you can just type equals, and we have to just check the cell where 67 is there. It is C21 multiplied by D21. Press enter and we get the product. Suppose we have some multiple values. So what to do for these? Just type equals, and there is a product function which you can use. Open the bracket and just give the numbers. You can just provide the numbers over here in the form of a range. So first I will give A23, which is the range, and then the last one, that is D23, and press enter and you get the product of all these values. So we will be again seeing one more exercise problem here. This is the next problem. Consider the data of some schools given in the following table. So some schools are mentioned and their tuition fee per month is mentioned here. And tuition fee per year has to be calculated. So we know that how we can do it. Already they have provided it in the question. Using the multiplication operation, calculate fees for 12 months. So we know that if we multiply the per month fee tuition fee per month, if this is multiplied by 12, we will get tuition fee per year. So we have to apply this formula over here. So let us do this question now. And for this I'm taking another sheet, another worksheet. I will first increase its size and set everything. So now we have set everything and we will just start entering the data. So I'll start with schools, then tuition fee per month, then tuition fee per year. Just like we had done earlier, we will just select these three. We'll go to format and we'll select auto fit column width. So it automatically fits the column according to it. Otherwise, what you can do is I've pressed Ctrl Z. Uh, I'm just going to use a word wrap feature here. So I'll just select these two and I will select this option over here. As you can see, if you just take your mouse pointer, it will give you word wrap. So I'm going to just give you word wrap over here and I can just increase the width a little bit such that it automatically adjusts according to my requirement. Yes, this is exactly how I want it. And then you can just reduce its size, select it, go to format and select auto fit row height. If it still is not according to your requirement, you can still decrease the row height. So now we are sorted and we can just enter the data over here. So I'll just start with entering the data. Now you can see that I have entered all the data, just I need to auto format this field. So I have just formatted it and now I'm just going to drag everything down and we'll just see what else is needed here. So I just need to calculate tuition fee per year for all of them. So I've just created a border and I'm giving a top align to all of them. And here now I have to calculate tuition fee per year. So how to calculate that? I just have to multiply this number with 12. So I'll type equals and we'll see the first value is in B2. So B2 multiplied with 12. Press enter and you get the annual fee. And as usual, drag the click and drag the fill handle downwards and you will find that it automatically calculates data for the other cells. So students, I hope you have understood basic operations, subtraction and multiplication in Microsoft Excel. And you have also, and I also told you about how to use the autofill handle. So autofill handle is a very handy feature which you can use to apply the formula automatically on all the 50 or 100 or 1000 records whichever are there in the spreadsheet in just a matter of seconds. Sometimes you don't even need to drag, you can simply click on the fill handle and double click it and it extends to the entire table. So this is how Excel automates our tasks, speeds up our tasks and helps us to solve our problems faster. So we'll come back again in the next class with some more interesting features of Excel. So thank you everybody. See you again in the next class.